All right, guys, we are 2-0 in our last couple of board member tier package bets on brockpage.com. And if you want to access today's board member tier package bet, the link for that play is in the description section below. We're also 6-3 in our last 9 extra daily bets on that very same website. And if you want to access today's extra daily bet, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. We currently have over 835 members who are signed up and active on that website right now. And if you want to know what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website, I'll explain a little bit more about that at the end of the video. But with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some NBA play-in action. And we're going to start with the Cavs taking on the Nets, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off on Tuesday, April 12th, 2022. Brooklyn's -9, totals 227. Now, the Nets won their last 4 straight, and they pretty much cruised into the playoff tournament this year, putting forth very minimal effort. They took nights off. They played much of the season without KD and Kyrie, and overall, there were nights where they simply just didn't play to their potential. It really felt like they gave minimum effort. But these are the playoffs, folks, and I think you're going to see a dominant Brooklyn team who's probably going to surprise a lot of people, although people shouldn't be shocked that this group can win big games. Now, KD averaged over 29.5 points a night in the regular season, 7 boards, 6 assists for KD. Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving, he's making 42% of his three-pointers, and he's also scoring over 27 points a game. When it comes to shooting the basketball, the Nets are actually in the top 5 in offensive field goal percentage. They're taking on a Cleveland squad who really crawled past the finish line themselves. Cleveland lost 8 out of their last 11, and they covered the point spread only 3 times during that span, really kind of playing their worst basketball heading into the tournament. And speaking of playing their worst basketball, the Cavs actually do play their worst basketball on the road, and they find themselves in the bottom 10 in road scoring. Now, injury-wise, Wade is still out for the Cavs. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, Simmons is still out for them, although he doesn't matter. Even if he was in the game, he doesn't matter. Dude's terrible. But anyway, total-wise, I think the Nets are going to kind of lay it on these guys pretty thick. And they also saw overs recently with the likes of Indiana, Detroit, and Memphis. Meanwhile, Cleveland's given up over 119 points a game in their last 10 meetings with Brooklyn. They also saw overs recently with the likes of Milwaukee, Orlando, and Atlanta. I'm going to lean toward Brooklyn, -9, and the over 227. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup. It is going to be Clippers versus the Timberwolves. Clippers, 9:30 East. Minnesota's -3, totals 231. And as hot as the Clippers have been here recently, it's actually the T-Wolves who lead the entire NBA in scoring on average per contest. Karl Anthony Towns, he's scoring over 24.5 points a game, and he's also drilling 41% of his three-pointers. Meanwhile, Anthony Edwards, he's averaging over 21 points a night himself, along with 4 boards and 3 assists. When it comes to rebounding the basketball in this one, the T-Wolves are actually in the top 10 in the NBA in offensive boards at home. But it ain't just offense in Minnesota, guys. This team's actually been really tough to score against in the target center. Minnesota currently finds themselves in the top 5 in guarding the 3-ball at home. And even better than that, they're actually in the top 3 in home defensive field goal percentage as well. Now, they're taking on a Clipper team on the other side of things who definitely plays their worst basketball on the road. LA got the W in just 17 out of 41 road games this year, and they averaged only 106 points per contest in those road games. When it comes to rebounding the basketball, well, there's really not many worse in the league in that particular category either. LA's currently in the bottom 3 in the NBA in road defensive boards. Now, when it comes to the injury report, Kennard and Batum are questionable for LA. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, on the other side of things, they're pretty healthy right now. Even D'Angelo Russell, he's been upgraded to probable. Now, total-wise, once again, Minnesota does play some pretty tough defense at home. They're allowing only 108 points a night in front of their own fans. And they saw unders recently against the likes of Toronto and Dallas. Meanwhile, the Clippers, on the other side of things, they went 3-1 to the under in their last 4 themselves. And they also went 24-17 to the under on the road for the entire season. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Minnesota, -3 in the under 231. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 2-0 in our last 2 board member tier package bets. I'm going to lean toward Brooklyn -9 over 227. I also like Minnesota -3 in the under 231. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you're going to get access to that content every single day all the way through the end of April. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single bet that I give out on that website, you're going to want to think about signing up for my board member tier package. Not only do board members get access to the board member tier package bet itself, you also get access to every single membership that I offer on that website every single day, all the way through the end of April as well. The board member package, it's an all-inclusive membership. You get access to everything I produce on that website. Now, guys, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on my YouTube channel and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. What I do on brockpage.com is actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. But with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. I really got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. I also got to thank you for bearing with me. This is like the 9th straight day I've been sick. I get seasonal allergies really bad, and I've gotten them since I was a teenager. But recently they've been exceptionally frequent and exceptionally long. So, man, I'm getting pounded right now. But I appreciate you guys, suffering through with me with the coughing, the clearing of the throat, and the sniffles. So, anyway, guys, appreciate you there. But with that, happy Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.